best thing for me to do is to get you to know me within 16 bars.
R.O.T.C here with Kendrick Lamar.
Bobby.
So first question, who is K.Dot?
K.Dot Kendrick Lamar. What's K.Dot?
I mean,
K.Dot was just a rapper trying to find his niche, studying all the greats and taking pieces from each individual styles in rap. You know what I mean? That's K.Dot. Kendrick Lamar is the person. That's a whole nother. You know what I mean? That's me in general, my whole life. You know what I mean? I can elaborate on that if you want me to. But yeah, I can stay on the K.Dot as well. So.
Nah. Who's Kendrick Lamar?
Kendrick Lamar is Compton, California. You know what I mean? That's what I represent. I mean, my whole life. It's what I put in my music. It's about stories of young black males, individuals trying their best to escape the influences of the city. You know what I'm saying? So that's me. That's what I represent. Crips, power rules, the motherfucking cracked out moms, the motherfucking deadbeat daddies. All that shit is instilled in me. You know what I mean? So Kendrick Lamar is Compton.
Right. Growing up, you didn't bang though, right?
Nah. I didn't need to. You know what I mean? I had fucking family from both sides, on both ends. You know what I mean? And what's better than that is that I actually had a motherfucking father in my life, you know what I'm saying? When a child is born, the first person they look up to is their pops, you know? So that was my influence, and he showed me the rights and wrongs. I mean, he wasn't perfect. I wasn't perfect either. I still went out in the streets and did my little ignorant shit, but at the end of the day, he was always active in my life, so that played a big part of me, you know what I mean?
Right. For me personally, one of the illest songs I heard this year is that Monster freestyle you did.
What's up?
When you did that, it was just like so many lines in there. I was like, damn, so that was really off top.
Yeah, it was just. I mean, I was in the studio working on the Kendrick Lamar R.O.T.C actually, and 12 o'clock, it struck midnight. Kanye had did his Good Fridays. I liked the motherfucking song. I just stopped what I was doing. I liked it so much. I just wanted to get on that motherfucker and just spaz out on that bitch. Straight up, so it was all just in fun, you dig what I'm saying? I didn't want to have too many, I didn't want no concept, obviously. I just wanted to be reckless on the motherfucking track and come say whatever came to mind at that minute, you know?
Yeah, so what do you think of the guys that you mentioned in that freestyle? Like, you know, you told Wayne to swallow his pride, and stuff like that.
A lot of motherfuckers, the industry is so fucked up now, everybody think everything is a diss. When I say swallow the Wayne, swallow your pride, I'm coming after Jay, coming after Nas, it's about me being competitive in this motherfucker. I felt like when I stepped in this motherfucker rap game, I want to be the best. You dig what I'm saying? And why not do something that you love to do and not try to be the best at it? You know what I mean? My mom's always taught me that. Whatever you do, if you motherfucking a bitch prostitute or a motherfucking pimp or a drug dealer, be the best at it. You dig what I'm saying? You don't want to half-ass do your shit because there's always somebody trying to knock you off. So at the end of the day, it was about competition, man. I'm not backing down from nobody, you know. But that's just me. I respect all them dudes. Like I said, I took a piece of my style from each individual, you know what I mean, and found my own niche. So it's one love to all them legends, you know.
Right. For me, like I love the emotion you put in your songs. I think it's good to hear someone who actually cares about what they're saying in raps. A lot of people say you spaz out.
Right.
What do you think about people saying that?
That's cool. You know what I mean? I like that. I like the energy. I actually get that motherfucking energy just from listening to people like Tupac. You know what I mean? Growing up, I was a big Tupac fan. You know what I mean? Him passing, you know what I mean? And to fill his void, I actually jumped into DMX. You know what I mean? That's when I really started penning my own shit. And I always loved the energy and type of style they brought. You know what I mean? It was like real emotions. That's why I try to pull it out of myself when I hop on records. You know what I mean? From time to time, depending on what type of instrumental it is to drive me to a certain level. You know what I mean? Awareness to how I want to present myself on the track, you know, so I love it, man. It's a good look for them to say that and see what I'm really doing is real.
Yeah. My favorite line from that is when you say, I go in the studio, suicide bomb, I bomb on Obama. Like,
yeah, that's ignorant, you know what I mean? That's some ignorant shit.
Right when I heard that, I was like, when I posted that on my site, that's the first thing I quoted that right there. I was like, that line stuck out for me.
It's all expression, man, you know what I mean? When you listen to lines like that, that's just how I'm feeling the time. I feel like nobody fucking with me on this track.
Right.
So, love hip-hop, especially.
Yeah. Your song, The Heart Part 2, you have a clip of the Dash Snow interview in the beginning. What made this particular interview that stood out for you, and do you have like a certain method, like finding clips like that for your songs?
Dash Snow, it was just about me finding out who is this legend is, in my eyes, Dash No. This is a person that said fuck all the rules. You know what I mean? A friend told me about him. I looked him up, you know what I mean, a while back. And me just studying him and seeing how he just did what he felt and had no limitations on what the laws, I mean, he said fuck laws, fuck rules, and just did what he wanted to do. That shit is just genius to me. And I almost like to pattern my music the way he did it, you know what I mean, did his photography, you know what I mean?
Right.
So when I did the hard part too, and I put them emotion on there, it felt like I was breaking all the rules, you know what I mean? When I said this type of shit I say and how I present myself on the track, so I felt it was only right to put a cat like him on the beginning of it to make it all come together at the end, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't know about Dash No, but that dude's a fucking genius, man. If you go to his work, he passed, obviously. When you go to his work and see the type of way he presented his shit on a level or a scale that nobody else was doing, it was genius, man. He was ahead of his time. So,
what are some of the pieces that he did that stick out for you?
oh, it's a crazy one where it's a piece where it's a threesome. This nigga, he captured this, a threesome one. A bitch sucking a dude dick and shit, right? Can I cuss on this shit?
Oh, yeah.
He laid back like this, and another broad edge of bed smoking a cigarette. Just like wild regular shit that nobody else can capture because they feel that they'll get critiqued like, oh, that's too fucking vulgar or whatnot, you know what I mean? But this cat is actually going out there and doing that, and people is looking at it like, okay, maybe he's a motherfucking crazy motherfucker, but I respect it because the art of this shit just looks so fucking crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I really represent this shit in my music, you know what I mean? So
Nice. I know, like, most rappers, like, interludes consist of some skit or some, you know, type of lame shit that's just like, you know, when I hear it, just like fast forward or skip the track.
Right.
And on your interlude, it's just like I'm listening to any other song. It's just one of your, you know, it's just
Right.
music. How did you want to do that? Did you make that decision on purpose? Are you anti-skit? Like, what's your feeling about that?
I like the traditional skits, but at the end of the day, I want to try something new, try something different. So when I approached a record like R.O.T.C, my whole purpose was to make that a skit. You know what I mean? Just to not make it a whole full song, but within one verse, capture everything that I'm feeling in that one verse to blend into the next song. You know what I mean? So when you listen to songs like R.O.T.C, which goes into Barbed Wire, you see it had the same type of similarities as far as the topic that I'm talking about.
Right. On the song Average Joe, you talk about an experience when you got shot at. What's the story behind that?
Just growing up in Compton, you know what I mean? You affiliate yourself with people you grew up with, you know what I mean? That's my story. I affiliate myself with kids that come over from McNair Elementary, Vanguard, Centennial. I mean, I wasn't actually pushing that line in the hood, but these are my friends and my peers, and they don't have no fathers, and they're in these streets, and they doing all this shit, but that's all I know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm still in the neighborhood, and they know me as K.Dot, Kendrick, you know, so being involved with them, you know what I mean, follow the influence of them. If you go get into situations, you can't escape that. You know what I mean? Which you can either take action or fall back. Right. You know what I mean? In most cases, I have to take action because that's just how it goes. You know what I mean? When you put in a situation where you got to defend yourself, you also got to defend yourself. I mean, you also got to react. You know what I mean? In an animal type nature. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of kids can relate to that motherfucking story on Average Joe because it's real. And a lot of motherfuckers that grow up in the city, they put in these situations where they got to become animals at certain times. You know what I mean? Right. I mean, a lot of these motherfuckers is good kids. That's why I like to call it Compton. They're good kids in the mad city. The influence making them fucked up. Right. You know, I'm just smart enough to have, well, I'm blessed enough to have motherfuckers that guide me in the right directions and say, you know what, this is that, and that's gonna happen in that. You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't have that, so that's what Average Joe represents, man. Kids in the city.